All right, I got some chips here. I don't know if you're trailer park boys. I'm actually surprised to come across them because I went to the dollar store this week, not expecting to come across this here, and I did. Because I always thought like Trailer Park Boys is a show of the past because of their unfortunate wrong cast members with the show that brought the show down for the worst part. And when I came across these chips, I was actually surprised to come across it, to tell you the truth. And it's the last thing I was expecting to come across because this summer, the Flash movie and the Transformers movie made a big box office smash at the box office. They were the top movies of the summer. And I went and seen them, and I was getting ready. All my focus was on the Flash movie because of Michael Keaton making his return as Batman. And with the hockey season, with the NHL regular season ready to start, my focus was on that. And the last thing I was expecting to come across was this hair. And, well, for John Paul Tremblay, Rob Wells, and Mike Smith, I got to say, congratulations on your success of getting your brand on chips, because that's a quite accomplishment, because a lot of people at home, when they watch a show, they're not aware of how much it costs to have merchandise made to be sold. It's quite an uphill battle to do so. So for them to accomplish that, I gotta take my hat off to them. And because my involvement with the show, I was involved with some of the actors. They weren't who they say they were. They couldn't deliver on what they say they were. So unfortunately, they were basically the toilet. They couldn't deliver anything, and a lot of they could kill the 4th of July if they really wanted to. They didn't know nothing about running a casting agency no more than this hobo here across the street. They didn't know anything, and it made me quite angry for a long, long time. And when I seen these chips on the store rack at the dollar store, I was actually surprised to see it. I was actually shocked because the Trailer Park Boys was a show that was not on my mind when I was shopping at the dollar store, because I'm a dollar store shopper, because a lot of stuff costs a lot of money. If you go to the big chain stores like Walmart or any Loblaws location, it's quite costly going those places now. And unfortunately, the dollar store is getting to be quite famous for that, for people who have to drop the ball on the Walmart chain stores and Loblaws, because they're just too costly, especially with the global downturn. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But I bought these here because I was shocked, surprised to seeing it. But because where the show is not featured, the wrong cast, because where the wrong cast members, I should say, where they're not featured on this chip bags or any of them, is the reason why I bought it. See, here you can see John Paul Tremblay's face, Julian, Rob Wells in the middle, Ricky, Mike Smith on the last end of it, Bubbles. They're the reason why I bought it. If it would have featured somebody like Sarah, I wouldn't have bought it, because I know their family quite well. They're not who they say they are. They're not as talented as what they say they are. And I knew John quite well, Dunsworth quite well. Good guy. Had his battles, but it is what it is. But I'm a person, I move on. The show, the problem with Trailer Park Boys right now, the show's it outdid its time. The actors are up there in the age; they're pushing, they're 60 years old, and they're not. Well, they are trying new things, experimenting with new things, because I was the ones that told to do it. Because I remember when I first came across them, when I entered the film industry, I remember talking to some of them through various methods, Facebook or in person, whatever. And on the telephone, actually, I talked to some of them on the phone, some of the cast. And one of the things I remember telling Rob Wells and John Paul Tremblay and Mike Smith a lot is creating new talent on the show. Because I said, you just lost John Dunsworth, now we got to replace him, because you guys weren't focusing on that beforehand. And then a friend of mine got hired with them, SwearNet. I'm not going to mention his name. He knows who he is. I worked with him a lot in the acting industry and in the film industry. He wanted to be part of my films. He was working on a Transformers stop motion video with the actual voice with Peter Cullen and Optimus Prime. And I looked at this actor and I said, I know there's a chance you're an actor, and if I give you the part, don't put your name on the credit, keep it right off the radar, I'll pay you. And I asked him if you'd be willing to voice the character Bumblebee. He liked it. I said, go back and think about it. So I got to go all through the money stuff and all this stuff, scripts, see what it's going to be about, how we're going to do it. So he thought about it. And since then, he's been with SwearNet doing a lot of stuff, and they don't know who he is, and I'm going to keep it that way. But with the show, I got to say, you see stuff like this, it's a big accomplishment. You see that. So, Rob Wells, Jean-Paul Tremblay. We have dill pickle here. We'll try it. The flavor is not 100% where you'd like it to be, but it's all right at the same time. It's passable. It's one of those night snacks. It's not something I would feed your kids expecting it to last for you to get some. It's a night snack for yourself, pretty much, but it's all right. So, I mean, if you can come across them anyways, by all means, try to buy them if you can find them. But anyways, I got to say, congratulations to Jean-Paul Tremblay, Rob Wells, and Mike Smith for their accomplishment with the show. And all the other actors, Bernard and Robbie Show, Cyrus, for making the show what it is. Congratulations. But for all the troublemaking actors on the side, I'm not going to take my hat off to you because you don't deserve it. Because you let a lot of fans down when you cause trouble in the community. But anyways, back here. You all recognize these guys. It's in the Sunnyvale Trailer Park. There they are. But anyways, congratulations on your accomplishment, and we'll see if you can get more of your merchandise on the store shelves.